Yo, I'm here. My bad. I'm here. Yo, we getting ready to get into it. Welcome to the Truth Seekers Live intro, revamped and renewed. No, I didn't want to play the intro since we're kind of late today. Let's go ahead and get right into the news, though. And we're going to cover the topic at hand, the baby mama drama McDonald's video that's pretty much exploded and broken the internet. Probably going to keep this live a little shorter today since the viewership is lower and there's not going to be that many people watching, I assume, since Paris Milan scheduled her video 10 minutes before mine to start on live stream. So shout out to you, Paris, for the shade. But either or, it's still going to be a really good video, and you know how we do it. I'm probably going to talk for 30 minutes and end up talking for like an hour or so. But I wanted to say one thing in particular. I'm going to end up talking in today's video in two different references because obviously, getting from the start, this is a skit. This actually was done by a comedian, an Instagrammer and a YouTuber, right? Her name is Elise Gladson. This is her Instagram page right here. Now, she conceptualized this video from the concept of something that we talk about all the time, right? Which is the baby mama drama. Now, in her video description, it says she's a toxic baby mama with over 160,000 on TikTok. That's pretty good at following right there. YouTuber, content creator, actress, influencer, business email right there. She has her YouTube page, and I assume going to that YouTube page has more explanations on these videos and things like that. But this is the video that blew up for her, and it wasn't on this profile, but rather it was on a different profile. And she has a lot of different skits and things of that nature. Now, when you do skits and things like that, we're going to go ahead and watch a few of them in 1 second. But these skits are these very extravagant, outlandish types of situations where it's pretty much Maury or Jerry Springer real life type of dramatic toxic, I hate to say it, relationship, toxic, like domestic, I don't want to put like a skin color on it type of stuff, but struggle love type stuff, and it's played out in skit form. So this is one of them right here, right there. Well, let's see what this is.
You've been feeling. Tara says that you have been distant and not coming home in the email that she sent me.
Honestly, I've been needing some space.
All right, so yeah, all jokes aside, she pretty much covers a lot of what we got to drop some bombs for. She pretty much literally covers a lot of what we talk about, right? Which is that it's like, yo, y'all got some work to do too, fellas, right? We get that. Check this out. No connection.
Now, are you willing to work on things that need to be worked on? Because
she kind of looks like Faith Factor a little bit.
You can't keep treating Tara
and sounds like
the way that you have. If you don't want a relationship anymore, you are allowed that because you don't want to string Tara along. Demario, how have you been feeling? Tara says that you have been distant and not coming home.
So that's pretty much the skits that she does, right? But in reality, there's a lot of truth to them. We'll watch one more really quickly just to kind of check something out. Let's see what this one's all about.
Try to mend our relationship.
Demario.
Like
what kind of therapist is this? What, is she trying to get you guys back together or something? How is this helping us with our issues with her? She just tried to fight me and my sister the other day.
So you can pretty much tell that this is what she does. She's a skit type of comedic person, and she's got a really big following do it. Now, this is the problem, and this is why we're talking about this, right? The problem is that, once again, on YouTube and online, people don't have the ability to discern what's real and what might be fictitious or what might go on. So, obviously, the McDonald's story, the baby mama drama McDonald's story. We're going to get to that video. Before we get to that video, I gotta remind you a couple things, okay? It is Wimbledon National Day today, ladies and gentlemen. Comic Sans Day. It's Freedom from Fear of Speaking Day. I guess that's Freedom of Speech Day. International Cherry Pit Spitting Day. Not exactly sure what that is, but shout out to the folk. Hopper Park Day. I Forgot Day. Shout out to all the people that always forget things, me included. National NSA Day. Of course, we get the deal. A couple of crazy articles right here. The first article I want to bring to you, Gavin Newsom signs a law restricting gun sales. Now, this wouldn't be such a big issue, ladies and gentlemen, if the Supreme Court hadn't just a few days ago, passed a week ago, I want to say, a law that said that the gun sale restriction and whatever in New York and different states was unconstitutional. As soon as that happened, Governor Newsom said, you know what? I got something for you. And he signed a bill into law that said we're going to restrict gun sales based off of a lot of things that walks pretty much right up to the tiptoe of that line of you being able to get your firearm rights rejected. Now, it's not a bad thing, I guess, if you don't believe in firearms, but if you're 93-year-old Joe Teague, who stopped a California home invasion yesterday and shot one of the intruders after they broke into his home on Wednesday, in Los Angeles, a retired plumber, Joe Teague, was in his home when a group of would-be burglars broke in, he said, according to a report. Teague, tired of being a victim of previous break-ins, decided to flip the script on the home invaders, the Riverside County Sheriff's Department said. The 93-year-old grabbed his gun and confronted the intruders. He said, I approached them, quote, to put them under citizen's arrest. They wouldn't adhere to that. And when one of them came at me with the fishing pole, Teague said, the intruders... And then one of them came at me with the fishing pole, Teague said. My apologies. The intruders threw objects at Teague, he said. Quote, it was just like somebody comes to a gunfight with a pocket knife, you know, he said. Still holding the intruders, at least one of whom was a woman at gunpoint. Teague said the callers called the authorities. Teague said he called the authorities and he was holding several intruders at his home. So this guy called the authorities. That's crazy. Authorities arrived and discovered one of the intruders had been shot, and a witness said they had saw multiple people flee from the 93-year-old's home before the deputies arrived. Joseph Ortega, 33-year-old, one of the suspected intruders, was taken to a local hospital in critical condition. Investigators have established that several individuals, including Ortega, were inside Teague's property when the shooting occurred. Teague was not injured and cooperated with the sheriff's department during questioning. An investigation into the incident is ongoing, but the shooting was justified, authorities say. Now, that's California, so that's saying a lot right there. But guess what? Governor Newsom's law goes into effect, ladies and gentlemen. That might not be able to stand your ground or stand ground, no pun intended, because that is actually the name of the law, the stand your ground law. Might not be able to hold the ground. Last video comes to us from a YouTube short, Corvette wading water. Get a load of this, man.
What are you doing?
Mustang, rather. I'm sorry. No, what is it? Is that Corvette? It's Corvette.
What?
Oh, sorry. There you go.
Stop.
All right, we're going to restart it, but you got to see this. I'm sorry. Yo, her camera is crispy.
What is...
Jeez, that's a clean camera. That's got to be an iPhone for sure.
He's not from here.
No, from Washington.
Check that out, man. So apparently the backstory on this is that these Corvette models, or this Corvette model here, the C8 or whatever it is, I don't know what video that is, has its engine in the back or something. And so it's in the trunk, so he's able to actually drive through, and I guess the driver knew he'd have enough space or something like that. Pretty ballsy move, pretty gutsy move, but he's got a C8, so he's probably doing good enough. And I don't know if insurance would cover that, but you know what? Some people just do not. Some people just don't care, y'all. The baby mama drama video, this is a particularly interesting one. I was watching a Black Pill video earlier. Yo, these guys are crazy, man. It's hilarious. Also, man, I have a new product for y'all. It is going to be amazing. I cannot wait for y'all to see it. It's going to be absolutely wild. I really don't even really want to do anything until it gets done, like being prepared and everything like that. But I got to keep the channel going somewhat. So it's going to be crazy, though. Y'all getting ready to see the rollout of it. Make sure you support. Hit the like. Everybody, make sure you hit the like button. Shout out to the mods. If we have any mods in the chat right now, I haven't even looked in the chat. But shout out to everybody that decided to join on this wonderful Saturday. I was watching the Black Pill guys. Check out this conversation.
Manipulate you if you will not stand up to them, and to a woman, it is not going to. There's not a difference, right? I mean, as guys, though, I would say that, you know, one of the questions I ask guys all the time is, would you rather have a girlfriend or whatever partner who's a 7 who thinks you're a 10, or one who's a 10 that thinks you're a 7, right? And the first choice is better. You know, I think a lot of guys.
You want a girl who sees you as a 10,
right? If you're a 7,
yes.
As you see her as
the Black Pill. The Black Pill is where you're gonna go. Those are the conversations you'll start having if you hang out in the Red Pill nation for too long without actually generating some sort of success for yourself. The Black Pill is what happens when you become delusional, and then you start to have rational, delusional thoughts to some extent. But I said that to say that after a certain point of time, it starts to become hard to discern between reality and the online world of the internet. Now, you might be like, what is going on in that conversation? Well, it's the same thing that goes on and something that might appear a lot more familiar to you. There's always more that meets the eye behind closed doors. And which you might not understand, I think you understand, I guarantee you more that there's more layers to the cake. This is the video that we're talking about today. This is the video that everybody's talking about. We're going to go ahead and watch this really quickly, and then we're going to pause at the end of it. Maybe we'll not play the entire thing through. We'll see, and we'll analyze what's going on here.
Hey, my baby daddy come here with one fucking meal for my child, but I have 3 other kids. We have 1 kid together, but he only want to come and bring one thing to McDonald's. But what about my other kids? How come you can't feed my other kids McDonald's though? Like, that's bogus as hell. Like, you're not finna sit here.
Now, I wanted to go ahead and once again make this statement very clear. I'm going to talk about this situation from the factively, or from the point of the video of it being true, and then the point of the video of it not being true. Now, according to this woman, and we'll hear in a second, she has 5 kids, I think, through 4 baby daddies, or 5 through 5, or something like that. And so keep that in mind.
And make my other kids feel left out, and you're only bringing one child something to eat. Look, there he go, and I bet you he only got one thing in there. I bet you he don't even. I'm finna expose out of him so people can see how he really is. It ain't more than enough food in that bag for everybody. What's up? Because I'm finna expose you. What? Because that don't look enough for all my kids. That don't look enough for all my kids. What is that? That's just one burger?
Now, I'm going to stop this video right here. I need y'all to know that so many people have covered this video. There have been so many manosphere content creators. There's been millions. There's been tens of millions, y'all. Tens of millions of people have viewed this video thinking that it was legitimately real. I want you to think about this for 1 second. And if you don't believe me, just YouTube McDonald's baby mama angry, or just YouTube something like that, and then watch all the video responses that men, women alike, all races are doing based off of this video. Now, this video is once again a skit, but this is the problem with YouTube and content creators and people who are sheeple, who don't just take the time to maybe figure things out a bit. Now, when I saw this video popped off like 8 days ago or something like that. I didn't talk about it for a while because I said, well, you know, that's interesting. I don't really know the backstory too much on it, but obviously, you know, there's a lot of stuff that you could talk about from the, you know, from looking at the situation from the outside in. Even though we don't know these people, we have no idea what the story is, it would seem like this guy is a bad guy, right? Or it seemed like this guy maybe is a good guy. However you decide to look into this picture, because people have said, well, you know what, if you're only bringing one meal for your one kid, then you're a bad person. People have also said, oh, well, if you're only bringing one meal, at least you're bringing your meal for your person, so why aren't we crediting dads for being fathers? I know there's too many sound effects, so I won't do as many this time, all right? But why aren't we crediting dads for being fathers, right? If it's he wanted to be a father, right? So what's the issue exactly? So I hear that argument, and I understand that argument, and I think that everybody has an interesting argument. But once again, the reality of the issue is that this is not real, right? So going back to this entire thing, though, of him bringing his food up here. Now, I just want to say something before any of this. If you get into a relationship with a woman that already has 4 children, assuming once again that this was real situation and not a skit, and she does have 4 children by 4 different fathers, right? This is something that you would know going into the relationship. And so the entire internet being either against or opposing this man, or certain people being against or opposing this man, I believe have a lot of soul searching to do. Or I'm sorry, the people who are like supporting this man, who are supporting this man have a lot of soul searching to do, because it was already going to be a lot going into it. And I'll be frank and honest with you, so a lot of guys they just don't care, and they end up wanting to just, you know, have physical only relations. Then she ends up pregnant. Maybe she's done this before. Maybe she pokes holes in the protection. Maybe I don't know, she's just really extremely fertile and you didn't plan on it, or you thought you were sterile. I don't know what happened, but say this was true and he did get her pregnant. That would still be mostly 98% of the fault on him. Once again, it doesn't matter how crazy that she's acting. And I know y'all don't like to really hear that as much. I'm not saying that she's right in this case at all, because she's definitely not right. And there are women 1,000,000% that will give a man hell for having his child or not having his child and having a relationship outside of her, right? Of course, we all know that for sure. But this is something, if it was true, that a lot of y'all just went right over your heads, right? Yo, I have 4 up there. No, we're gonna go ahead and play this because I'm talking a lot. So here we go.
One burger, one fry.
What he like? What do you mean?
Okay, what about my other kids?
What about your other kids?
Okay, but them your kids' siblings though.
What are you talking about? What are you mad
Them
about?
my kids, them your kids' siblings though.
So what you?
My other kids finna be left out.
You didn't feed them?
You know I don't give my food stamps to the 7.
Lisa, how is that my problem?
But if you're trying to help out, though, you're not helping out.
I'm not trying to help. I'm trying to help my son.
But how are you helping your son when you're only getting food for just him and not the other kids, his siblings?
Listen, you had
Them are his siblings,
Listen,
though.
you had the
He's not finna eat in front of all his other siblings, and they're not eating on McDonald's. No, why do I gotta put?
Bring him out to the car. I'll let him eat
No,
the
no,
car.
no. He's not finna eat that shit at all if you can't bring enough for everybody.
Lisa, so you telling me that I bring my son food? I gotta bring your kids food too now?
Yes.
From the true perspective, if you do decide to date a woman that has 4 different children with 4 different men, should you bring all the children food? Well, quite frankly and quite honestly, if it's McDonald's, yeah. If it's every day, I understand. And a lot of people, a lot of content creators, a lot of panel discussions have been said that he might not have the money every day to bring food for the kids. But once again, obviously, this is not a real life situation because a lot of people won't have the time to bring their significant other or father of the children or mother of the children's child, right? Food every day because a lot of people just have busy lives. Now, assuming he could every day, 7 days a week, 365, bring one meal, is he bringing breakfast, lunch, and dinner? Is it just McDonald's? I mean, kids do eat breakfast at least and dinner, right? 2 meals a day, I would hope. So, in this case, I think I personally, me myself, I'd bring the other kids food, man. I'm sorry, dog. Yo, it's McDonald's. Having said that, McDonald's isn't necessarily the cheapest. But once again, it goes back to the thing where if you can't afford to have a kid, then don't have a kid. I mean, try your best not to have a kid. Canceled again. Try your best not to have a kid because kids are expensive. You know what I mean? Now, going back to it, kids are expensive and they aren't his kids. So, true situation. If this is true, if this was true, if you are going to procreate with somebody that has children already, if you're going to have merged families essentially, especially with other people's families, because if you're having kids with a woman who has already multiple fathers of her children, then you're merging multiple families because whether or not she's involved with those men, you have the potential to have to deal with them or the other members of the family that they might be dating as well at some point or another. So when you're merging multiple families, that's like a whole completely different, can of worms. I mean, y'all are really just, I guess, looking at the situation for one thing that she's just screaming at this guy, yada, yada, yada. But I mean, there are so many red flags in this situation beforehand. And this is why I did have the message originally going into it with a lot of you guys who worry about child support, a lot of you guys who complain about, the system getting y'all, who complain about this, who complain about that, who complain about, things being unfair and all kinds of other things, don't really listen to the red flags. Or a lot of y'all are just so lonely beforehand, or you just haven't had a woman in so long that you're willing to just settle or take a lot of the BS if that means that you can get it wet at night, right? And I guess there's nothing wrong with that as long as you're prepared for the actual consequences. But when you're not prepared for the consequences, then you have incidents like this. Once again, if this situation was real and not a skit on YouTube. So, going forward, you saw the red flags. And by the way, the video here pauses, and we're going to go ahead and listen to this because this is a pretty crucial piece of information. So,
They daddies at. Nobody told you to talk to them other. You had them other kids. Them your responsibility. They're not my responsibility.
Okay, but if you're gonna bring one, you need to bring it for all.
Lisa,
How do that shit look that I'm letting one child eat McDonald's and all the rest of the kids can't eat no fucking McDonald's?
So
You know I get
take
food
care
stamps
of
on the
4
11th.
That ain't 3 kids that ain't mine. 3 kids that ain't mine. What do I
Yeah,
look like? I bring
they're
him-
his
I bring
siblings.
him
You
food.
knew what you was getting into when you had a baby with me.
No, the f- I didn't.
Yes, you.
she said, you knew what you were getting into when you had a baby with me. He said, no, I didn't. She's absolutely right. Now, are there horror stories of women that will absolutely destroy you and try to destroy you? Absolutely. Are there guys who didn't know that they were that bad? Sure, absolutely. I've heard both sides. Once you get married, the thing stops. Everything stops. Things slow down. Once you bring kids into the situation, things drastically slow down. You've heard the jokes about couples, getting together only a few times a year, stuff like that, right? So I get that. I understand that for sure. But once again, we're talking about 4, right, baby daddies or 3 baby daddies or however many she has. No surprises. No surprises, fellas. You get no sympathy. I'm sorry, you just don't. Because if she has 3 fathers of the children, either she is legitimately bad at relationships, right? She just doesn't understand how the dynamics of relationship works. Maybe she's bad at choosing and she just chose really bad guys. Maybe she got horribly unlucky. Who knows? But obviously, just listening to this video here, it doesn't sound like luck was any part of that situation or bad luck or whatever, because she's pretty headstrong. She knows what she wants and she's pretty outspoken. It seems like she might have just went ahead and made her bed to lay in it, right? Now, it wasn't necessarily that. She chose what she wanted, and she seems like the type of person that has no problem accepting what she chose. You know what I mean? So, yeah, she's right. You knew exactly what time it was, and he knew exactly what time it was. But instead of thinking with the head on his shoulders, he was thinking with the other head. Pause. Right? And now you have a situation. And this is with anything in life. If you don't think logically through things, right? If you don't take things and maybe filter them, or if you don't proactively or react instead of, right, or respond instead of react, right? Rather, don't react. If you don't respond instead of react, then the situations happen, right? And so this is this entire situation is a representation of a man essentially failing to protect himself. In this case, right? As the manosphere would say, protect his seed, right? Because it was pretty clear as day that she isn't the best type of woman to probably get into a relationship with. It's going to be a little difficult. Some guys like that. Some people love having relationships like this. Some people absolutely love relationships like this, where it's just drama. She threw and I know you have seen the video. Some people love relationships where it's drama, and they get off of it, and they get off on it because, hey, life can be boring. I get that. Life can be boring. I absolutely understand that. Sometimes a little drama, a little Jerry Springer is all right. It's a little fun. Problem is some of y'all can't stop at a certain level, or some of y'all don't know or recognize when the other person should stop. You know, or some of y'all just shouldn't be participating in it at all, to be honest with you, because y'all don't need drama or trigger words or safe words or anything like that. Some of y'all just need to be safe. I'll be honest. She takes the food, she throws it on the ground. Now, all right, if it was real, if it was real, the disrespect, if it was real, the disrespect, that would be bad. That would be really bad. Okay. Still, what are you going to do? You know what I mean? Everybody knows what the deal is when you have relations, right? Everybody knows what the deal is. And I lost a whole bunch of subscribers from the abortion video I made. Not the abortion video, but the topic that I talked about. I lost a lot of subscribers from saying what I said about it, but it is what it is. You know what I mean? Like, everybody knows the deal, and this guy knows what the deal is too. Now, having said that, if she completely fooled him and she was just like this super sweet woman and she was baby all the time and she was cooking all the time and everything was good, and they dated for 6 months or a year, and he decided to go ahead and get her pregnant or have a kid with her or something like that, and then she just 100% flipped, maybe I'd understand a little bit. I could probably give him a little bit. But a lot of people aren't really doing that, to be honest. A lot of people aren't. And just like we see in like the Cynthia G situation, right? Where her trying to get with allegedly Robert Perkins and all the other different types of issue, yada, yada, yada. And her entire movement pretty much being based off of a hatred of another YouTuber for the most part, which is asinine. Her entire movement being based off of you telling you to do what she doesn't do herself, right? Pretty much what a lot of content creators do. Not all. A lot. Not practicing what they preach. You know what I mean? And so it ends up being like this revolving door effect type of deal. Now, I want to speak about this being a skit now, right? So this video has been shared everywhere now. Kids as young as I don't even know. I've probably seen this video on TikTok. It's been on Instagram. It's been just about everywhere you could think of. So what do you think people who thought this video was real, who never are going to ever realize that this video is not real, who are never going to realize that this video is a skit, what do you think they're honestly taking away from this situation? You know what they're taking away? They're taking away a good black man tried to do well for his kid. A good black man tried to do well for little Timmy. He didn't do nothing. He tried to mosey on in and do the right thing. And things happen, and sometimes you just have babies, I guess, right? That's just things happen. People get raped and stuff, I guess. That's the big thing all the time. What if she's raped? It's horrible. If that's the case, it's horrible. Okay? And I already told you how I feel about this situation if she is. I think that is one of the situations where, yes, it should be absolutely permissible. Because that's a horrific state of affairs for rape to happen. Grape. As everybody says, I don't know if the algorithm really picks up on grape versus rape, but hey, if it does, we'll see. We're going to see today, right? But that's what it's being perceived to be, that Kevin Samuels was right. Kevin was right. Save yourself, black men. I should have titled that. Hold on. Let me put SYSBM in the title. SYSBM. Save yourself, black man. Hold on. Hey, make sure you like the video, y'all. Make sure you like the video. SYSBM. All right. Yeah, it was a skit. Yeah, Javi, it was a skit. It was a skit. Her attitude is fire. Her attitude is fire. Seekim Daily. Yeah, it was a skit. Thank you. Her attitude is fire. Blur Monster said, this is just what happens when you give a modern bitch a phone and a Mac viral. Blur, this is a skit, Blur. This is the problem. This is the issue with this video. This is why we're talking about this today. The rhetoric, this is what happens when you give a modern bitch, a modern woman, a phone. Pretty much that's Kevin Samuels rhetoric. You're going to have to wake up quick, man. That hatred that you have inside of you is going to eat you up, bro. Trust me. There's nothing that happens when you give a modern bitch a phone and a Mac, right? I guess a Mac is a computer, or maybe it's lipstick. Now, maybe you're talking about that she's doing skits, which, I mean, hey, it is what it is. I mean, if you're getting upset, Blur Monster, and calling her a bitch because she's doing skits and making money off of understanding that people are really gullible and susceptible to these types of videos, then I don't think that makes her a bitch. I think that makes her very smart, right? Because what she's been able to do, Blur Monster, is tap into an entire group of thousands of people, millions of people, and understand what exactly makes them tick. And that's why this video went viral. She calculated essentially the pain that all of you love to see and love to watch videos on, and she made her own version of it, and she made it very realistically, and now she's profiting from it, and she's growing from it, right? So she was very calculated and smart, and I think that's something that is also very interesting about this, is that it does recognize or bring to light the fact that the dating modern woman, Kevin Samuels manosphere type of realm world is being brought to the forefront, right? A modern society, of the youth society, of social medias and things of that nature. But women understand that too, right? So much so to the fact that, I mean, there's really no more secrets and the cat is out of the bag now with a video like this that pretty much placates to the fact that women are, as you would say, modern bitches with multiple baby daddies or whatever might be. That type of rhetoric of the modern woman who has a lot of baby daddies, or she's always, now don't get me wrong, that's 100% true in some women. It is. You better believe it, 100%. But what's a bigger market and what's even more conquerable right now is the market that she's tapping into, which is essentially playing into or skitting off of the fact that guys see modern women as bitches with cell phones and Macs that are just looking to go viral for attention, right? She's playing into that fact, and that's why it's been so successful, Blur Monster. You see, you're actually rolling right into the problem that you claim is so serious in this case, right? She might be this person. She might not be this person. She might be a horrible mother of a child, or make her baby daddy's life hell. I don't know. Do some women? Yes, they do. But she might be that person. She might not be that person. that's kind of irrelevant to this point and to this fact, because we know that this video in particular that's affected not just you but millions of people around the world now, and will continue to affect millions of people around the world, is not real, right? And so the impressions that the conversations that you are going to have on different YouTube channels, the conversations that other people are going to have on different YouTube channels who aren't going to ever see this video, you know what I mean? The mindsets that will be implanted from a video like this, thinking that is real, is extremely damaging, right? It's extremely damaging because guys will see these types of videos, internalize them, and be like, "Oh man, that's crazy." Even when you try and be a good guy, man, these women, they just don't give a fuck. They're just gonna do whatever they want to you. You know what I mean? And that's gonna in turn cause guys who haven't even gotten into the dating pool, right, to be jaded. But we've talked about all this beforehand. That is somewhat the new modern day era of 2022. Diana says this is why I don't donate or give money. People play too much for real. A baby could be eating a Big Mac right now. Blur, what are you talking about? Blur, crazy. Me too. I thought about all my cousins I grew up with since sneaky. Even if it's a kid, she making money on the back of promotion, at the back of negative promotion of black women. Linlin says that's a good, interesting point. Linlin with the comment says even if it's a skit, she's making money on the back of negative promotion of black women. Can't respect it. So yeah, that's a good point there. I think that in this case, I mean, it is kind of, yeah. I mean, part of it, because I know there's a lot of these black skits, right? There's like this entire black skit sector on YouTube that, you know, does these little skits and stuff like that. So like, watch, let's see. I'm not a big fan of it, but this is the type of stuff I'm talking about. This shit is cringe, man. Rich boyfriend comedy skit. I've never seen this before. Let's see.
On bills.
Yeah. Don't call her yet. Just. So you down?
I mean, what's the catch?
It ain't no catch. Look, I just want to take care of you. Matter of fact, tell me what you need right now.
I need to get my nails done, so like $500.
$500. That's it. What you talking? $500. Matter of fact, take it all. Enjoy your day.
You know I said 500, right?
I know. That's 5,000. That should be more than enough for the day.
Bro, I literally don't even, like, I have no idea what the purpose of this is. Like, I feel like I'm becoming so fucking stupid when I watch these videos. This shit's crazy, cringe.
This really is like 5,000.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
And black people watch the shit out of this. 1.3 million views. This is crazy, man. Rich boyfriend skit when she thinks she's spending the night. Comedy skit when she thinks she's spending the night. That's pretty funny when she thinks she's spending the night. But it's guys and girls. It's men and women commenting on this. They love this. It's men and women commenting. I don't know what took me so long to subscribe to your schedule. Your skits always have me cracking the fuck up, Miss Looney. They love this.
Oh, I mean, it's late and I gotta get up early, so you can just go home.
Yeah, I gotta get up early too, so I could just get up early with you and then leave.
I know you like your rest, so you can just go home, go to sleep. I don't mind.
I do love sleep. So I'm about to sleep now.
Oh, no, can't you just go home? But you need an Uber or something?
I don't have Uber.
You got Lyft?
Mm-mm.
Oh, well, I'll just get you one.
No, it's okay. Because I don't even have my house keys.
Oh, well, maybe you can call Keisha. I know she always pick you up. You can just spend the night there.
She out of town with her friend.
She always...
The fact that people literally watch this for, like, entertainment. Bro, some of y'all need to ascend. I'm not going to lie. Some of y'all need to ascend. You know, maybe break things up a little bit. You know, switch some things around. I don't know though. I'm just looking at these things, you know. This is like a really big section of YouTube for black people.
The liger, you know, it doesn't matter. Makes it feel like a naughty cat.
Bro, get off me! You supposed to bring a mask to cover your face. Now if we get caught, that's on you.
Get caught to what? Date night. They better not watch it. Or you know what? Let them see our love.
Can you get off me? Try to get in this house.
Why? We don't live here. Stop.
Yeah, they got some good shit. It's Black Friday. So I'm about to rob them real quick.
Black Friday is date night.
No, it's not. I need to go in here and get me a PlayStation.
Why?
I know they got one. They got money.
What's that?
It's a video game.
Oh, is that the you don't have to do that, Big No. I'm gonna get you a pissive. I'm gonna get you a pissive.
A what?
I've been seeing those hints he left all over the house. The big white box with the PS5. Pissive.
A PlayStation 5. That's what it is.
Honey, no. That's only 3 letters. It can't spell PlayStation. Sound it out. Pissive.
Dumb bitch. Just be out here and stay and watch, okay?
Yoni Baby said, I'm weak. He went Black Friday shopping out someone's house. I'm done. It's mostly guys on this one, not too many women, thank God. They're just getting a rise. Like, this is the funniest thing they've ever seen. This is too funny. Hilarious, says Shelton Stewart. Hilarious. He said, you dumb bitch. That shit took me out. Oh boy, we done for as a community. I'm sorry. We're done for. Swiss. What's up, Swiss? I appreciate you, man. Good to see you, bro. Diana says when she gets dragged, she can't complain or say it's defamation later. The disclosures and disclaimers came too late. Dang, I feel you. All money ain't good money. That's true. That's true. Nah, it's comedy. I don't know if you're talking about the comedy Sneaky Beanie, but Javi says, why can't people just be normal dead? Yo, I don't know. That's so crazy. I don't know why people just can't be normal. I mean, normal doesn't really get that many views, you know, but still, like, I don't know. Just this entertainment doesn't have to be completely twisted, you know? I mean, it's weird, though. It's weird. All caps when you spell the man's name. Oh, no, this made my week. Also, shout out your barber, big homie. I don't have a barber. It's just my cousin. I mean, unless this is my cousin. I don't know who this is, though. I don't have a barber. But shout out to my barber, though. Shout out to my barber. Hey, shout out to you for watching. Hey, make sure y'all get a like, man. We're going to go ahead and roll this thing on out, man. Only a few people watching. It was good to see y'all. I'll be back in a little bit, a few days. New product coming out soon. Y'all take care. I love y'all. Good night. Have a good night. Be safe. Go do something new, all right? I'll see y'all soon.